hello. Thanks for dropping by for this very, very special collab video. Heidi, aka Restyle Secrets, the pillar of the reseller community, has put this group together. Basically, we were all given the same set of questions, and we're kind of interviewing ourselves. So I can't wait to see what everybody else has to say. And if you came from somebody else's channel, welcome. If you like reseller content, feel free to subscribe, hit the bell notification and the thumbs up on your way out. I do a lot of haul videos, occasionally something else, but mostly haul videos, and I won't annoy you. I don't do that many, depending on, how the pickings are. So without further ado, let's get into the questions and answers. Consider brand, condition, style, cost, and comps. Which do you care the most about? Oh, starting out with a tough one, huh? I don't know. I think reselling's like a stew. Every ingredient is important. Sure, there are some brands that are such a great high-end brand that the condition is slightly less important. Like someone may buy Gucci with a flaw, but not Forever 21. So you kind of have to balance them per piece. Cost, of course, is very important. If you're trying to, make money, you have to figure, is this low enough that I'll make enough money? And then also, do I want to tie up that much money in case it sits? Comps are slightly, no, comps are important too, though I don't always go by them. So yeah, it's a combination. Consider brand, condition, style, cost, and comps. Which do you care the least about? Well, like I said, I think that they're all important. Sometimes, to me, comps are the least important because if I see an item that I really like and I think it'll be worth something, and then I look at the comps and the comps are on the low end, but the listings are really bad, like they took bad pictures, they had no description, no measurements, I feel like I can ask more than what the comps suggest. It's kind of like buying something at, Bloomingdale's versus Filene's Basement. You pay for the whole thing, the whole experience. So my stuff isn't thrown on a floor. It's steamed. I try not to have a lot of wrinkles. I take a lot of pictures. I'm as detailed as I can be about the item. So I think that allows, me to charge more. Where do you go first when you enter the thrift store? Oh, that's easy. Shoes. I love selling shoes. I think that as far as return on investment goes, they do the best overall. But also they're very easy to go through. I've done a few videos and I'll do them again. It's my 20-minute thrift store challenge where I'm in and out in 20 minutes. I only do this because I'll do it sometimes on a work day when I'm theoretically supposed to be working. So I can't really dilly-dally. Shoes are generally easy because of the way they're displayed. You can just walk up and down. You can just feel them to see what's leather, what's not. So for all those reasons, shoes, absolutely shoes. Name a department you never go to. Never is a strong word. I'm going to say children's. I used to go to the children's department, but I don't do well selling children's stuff, and I'm trying to avoid it. I can avoid it at the bins or yard sales, so I do occasionally pick up a piece, but if I'm in a thrift store, which I don't go to thrift stores that often, I no longer go to the children's section. Ah, yes. Very interesting. When do you inspect? As you go or all at once? Are you good at it? Inspect. Well, that depends. At the bins, I will very often take breaks, maybe while I'm waiting for a new rotation or something, and inspect at that point. I definitely don't want to wait till the end because, then my cart's overflowing and it's overwhelming. In a normal thrift store or a yard sale, I would inspect as I go. Am I good at it, though? I'd like to be better. I'm better than I used to be, but I make mistakes, and I would not think there is a single reseller that doesn't make mistakes. But I'm okay at it. I want to be better. When do you check comps? As you go or all at once? Are comps better or worse when you get home? Checking comps probably be similar to when do I inspect. At the bins, I'm more likely to check comps during the breaks when I am when I'm inspecting. At a thrift store, at a yard sale, I'm probably going to do it as I go. Are comps better or worse when you get home? Oh my God. I have heard other resellers say this, that they look at comps in the store, and then when they get home, in the store, they're like, oh, this is not bad. And you get home, like, where are those comps that I saw? It happens all the time. I have no answer for that. But obviously, Heidi and you are familiar with this, or you wouldn't think to ask that question. In 3 months, how many different thrift stores do you visit? Well, I don't go to thrift stores that often, so I really don't have an answer to that. It could be 3 times. It could be 8 times. If I notice a really good sale, then I'll try to go. If it's like off season for yard sales and I haven't been to the bins, then I might go to pick up some stuff. But even then, it has to be on a discount day. Our Goodwill, for example, has 40% off for seniors on Wednesdays. So I would go on a Wednesday. But not that often. My average is not that often. I go to the bins. We try to go to the bins every 3 or 4 weeks, and then I love yard sale season. So as long as I have those, I hardly need to go to thrift stores because, as you know, the prices at thrift stores can be prohibitive. Prohibitive? Not good for resellers. Look at a listing more than 6 months old. Would you buy it today? So for this question, I couldn't really look at my listings from 6 months ago. I looked at my spreadsheet of inventory that I picked up 6 months ago. And so 6 months ago, almost to the day, I bought 3 items. And would I buy those 3? 2 of the 3 have sold. So the one that didn't sell, if I saw it again, I wouldn't pick it up because I'd be like, well, I already have this one. So there's no point in picking it up. But I like it. I'm not sorry I picked it up. It'll sell. And then the other 2, I believe, actually sold pretty quickly. So yes, I would pick those up again. Now, if you tell me to look at listings from, when I started 5 years ago, I'm sure there's plenty that I would not pick up now. Which bothers you more? Getting a return or not being able to find something you've sold? Oh, that's actually a surprisingly easy question. It's not being able to find something I sold. I don't freak out over returns, especially on Poshmark, which is my main platform, because it doesn't really cost me anything. Poshmark pays the shipping both ways. And so I'm like, it happens. And I don't have a lot of returns, so it's not a big deal. I get upset when I can't find something I sold because I just get upset with myself when I do stupid things, which I do far too often. When I started out, I probably didn't even keep a spreadsheet because I thought, well, I'll know where everything is. Well, fast forward 5 years, I have almost 1,600 items now. So it happens more often than I like. And it's too many items for me to dig through everything to try and find it. And I'm just too tired now for that. In fact, I sold something. I didn't sell it, actually. I sent the closet clear out message and she said she would take it. And then before I changed the price, I was like, oh, let me find this. And I realized I hadn't put, because I usually put where it is in the listing. and on a spreadsheet. Well, this was nowhere. And it was an item that was going to sell for $20 and it was a consignment item. So I was going to make $10 off of it. So for that price, I was like, nah, I'm just going to tell her I can't find it. But still, I just, you know, we all do stupid things, and it just bugs me. Moving on. When was the last time you went to a mall? A mall? When was the last time I went to a mall? Maybe the 90s. I don't like malls. Okay, I don't like retail. Like, I would never do retail arbitrage because part of the reason I resell is I love going to thrift stores. Been doing it my whole adult life. But I don't like going to retail stores, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, when I was younger, I must have like doggy ears, because when I would go to malls when I was younger, there was a high-pitched noise that came from the lights and it would give me a headache. So I don't care for them. I have an issue with museums too, but that's another story. So yeah, probably the 90s. Don't know if I'll ever go back. I mean, other than to walk through for some reason. Certainly never to shop. Never. Unless there's a mall of thrift stores. Then I will have to answer differently. Oh. What's your source for what's trending in fashion? Oh, trending in fashion. Well, for the limited amount that I worry about trends, I would say other YouTubers, some of them doing this collab. I learn trends there, but I'm not very trend centric. I tend to pick up things that are, I don't know, maybe more classic, or maybe things that are in fact not trending, specifically not trending. But like, for example, not that I buy a lot of jeans because I'm really bad with jeans, but for example, say boot cuts are not trending. There's still going to be people who always see. I added this because I forgot to answer it before. Now I can sit up straight. Anyway, there will always be people who wear boot cut. It doesn't matter if it's trending. I'm one of those people. If I'm going to wear jeans, which I rarely wear anymore, I like boot cut. I don't like skinny jeans. Then I have to focus more on my shoes because you see the whole shoe, and I don't know, I often feel like a sausage in straight jeans. Though I do see the bright side of it, because if I get some like knee-high boots, I'm going to want to tuck them in. But anyway, what was the question? Oh, right, trending. Trends come and go so fast. And with reselling especially, I find it hard because, you know, it's like the trends are the things that people are buying and wearing and not so much donating. So if I focused entirely on that, I might have a problem. And also, like, for example, boho, which was trending for years. I don't know what it is now. For some reason, I just don't have luck selling boho, and I'm not a boho person, so I can't really relate to it. So anyway, long story, well, it's too late for that. Okay, from other resellers, and not paying that much attention to what's trending. Which category would you never give up? Well, as long as I'm reselling, I would never give up shoes, of course. If I someday give up reselling, then I'll give them all up. But I don't see that happening. What job or activity in your past best prepared you for reselling? Well, I mean, I've been a thrift shopper my entire life, so that prepared me. In fact, when I started to thrift, it wasn't as commonplace, and I would go into thrift stores and keep my head down so nobody would see me because I didn't want them to think I was poor. Also, when you're in your 20s, you worry about that stuff. Now I'm like, I don't care. So there's that. And then also my mom, when I was young, had two ladies wear stores, and like I would go with her to the shows. I don't know if you know how it works, but before the season, at least in Montreal, there'd be like a hotel and these different salespeople would have their rooms, and you would go from room to room and you would see their samples and you would put in orders for the upcoming season. So I would order my clothes in advance. I used to have not like lie in bed going, what if my mom gets rid of her stores? Where will I get my clothes? So early on, I will say, spoiled when it comes to having a lot of clothes. Also, that was my first job. I worked for her in the store for $1 an hour under the table, which really, when you do the math, and I'm not going to tell you what year that was, it was actually pretty good, $1 an hour. What is a fast sale? Oh, well, a fast sale is one that sells fast. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've had things sell within minutes. So those are lightning fast sales. I'm happy if something sells within a few weeks. And I would consider a few weeks to be a pretty fast sale. And what is a slow sale? Well, I mean, I have had things that take a couple of years to sell, so that's definitely a slow sale. I would say anything within 6 months is a comfortable amount of time. But I don't think even that's my average, because I have a lot of, I guess, long tail items. And at this point, my entire house is a warehouse of, my inventory. So I don't really worry about the space. It's not like, well, I need to move it out because I don't have enough room to buy more stuff. At this point, that hasn't happened. It will at some point, but this is not that point. If you had to give up selling clothing, what hard goods category do you know the most about to start reselling? Or, if none, what category do you want to learn about? Honestly, if I had to give up selling clothing, I probably would give up reselling. I don't know any hard goods category well enough at this point. And as far as learning what different categories, I don't know. Like, I would have to start looking at the hard goods and see what really piqued my interest, because right now there isn't any hard goods category that particularly interests me. So you don't know sometimes until you do it, what's going to become something you like. And now the lightning round. Fast nickel or slow dime? Oh, slow dime. I mean, I'd love a few fast nickels to keep, inventory in and out and some money, but no, definitely slow dime. As I mentioned, I have plenty of room for the stuff right now, so I don't need to worry about getting it out. And I feel like you do too many fast nickels and you become the fast nickel store. Like, that's what people will expect from you. So sometimes I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait, because I know it's worth it, and because I don't want to become a fast nickel store. Bargain hunt or pay up? Well, I'm a bargain hunter from way back, in all aspects of my life. So definitely bargain hunt. But I have, within the last year or so, started to allow myself to pay up. One of the things I like to do, especially when I'm out of town for work, is do online auctions, and every one of those items I'm paying up for. And I have had a few duds, a few things that haven't sold, but they will. But a lot of things I've made some pretty good money on, so I'm not averse to paying up. I wouldn't want it to be my number one strategy, because it ties up a lot of money, and it's just, I guess, riskier. So the fun for me is bargain hunting. And even with the things that I pay up for, in a way, they're still bargains, because it's still a really great price for an item, especially if you can pay up for it and you can sell it for 5 times what you paid. Like, you got a good deal. If I was keeping it, I'd be like, wow, look at this deal I got. Never sell shoes or never sell purses? Another easy question. Purses. I like selling purses. I don't find them a lot. I find them very easy to photograph. But shoes I would not give up shoes. Absolutely. Take photos or write listings? Probably write listings. Though I can't say I mind either of them. So it's not like a strong thing, but I'll go with write listings. Clean shoes
or sew on a button?
Okay, well, I am able to do minor repairs like sewing on buttons and, you know, stitching up a rip and that kind of thing. But cleaning shoes, I haven't even mentioned this. When I take a pair of dingy shoes and I clean them up, I have a great feeling of accomplishment. I feel good and I'm proud of myself, and I'll look at the shoes like, look at that. So definitely I prefer cleaning shoes. Sewing on a button is something I just have to do. It's not like, ooh, yeah, I got to sew on a button. And now look at it. It has a button on it. Isn't that amazing? Like, okay, whatever. So yeah, that was an easy one.
Sell only men's or hard goods?
Men's. I actually like to sell men's things even now. In fact, one of the things I want to do, I just need to remember to take the time, is I really want to learn the best brands to look for on men's footwear. Not running shoes as much as, you know, regular daily wear or dress shoes or, you know, business casual shoes. So definitely rather sell men's.
And last, only thrift stores or only the bins?
Bins. Need I say more? Well, that's it. I hope I didn't bore you to tears. And I do hope that you'll hit the thumbs up before you go and come and see me again. And now I'm going to go watch everybody else's video. I hope you're going to watch them all too. Bye-bye.